First of all, hedgehogs are not porcupines. They aren't actually related at all. There are 17 different species of hedgehogs and more than 50 known species of porcupines. Hedgehog spikes don't fall off, while porcupine spikes will attach to any predator. Hedgehogs are omnivores, while porcupines are herbivores. Porcupine are related to the rodent family and hedgehogs are related to shrews and moles. So these animals are much more distinct from each other than people realize. It's a common practice to keep hedgehogs as exotic pets. I can almost assume your favorite video game character as a child was probably Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is definitely a good mascot for hedgehogs because despite their small size they are actually energetic and can run 5 miles a night. The most common hedgehogs for the pet trade are hybrids, like the African pygmy hedgehog. It takes patience and a gentle hand to form a bond with an hedgehog. Once a bond is established, they can be quite playful and occasionally cuddly. In the wild though, hedgehogs are solitary animals, so vets wouldn't recommend hedgehogs as a pet, claiming that their dietary, environmental, behavioral and social needs are too complex for the average pet owner to comprehend. Some hedgehogs will bond with their owners for life. Bonding does require a lot of effort, persistence and an understanding of hedgehog, because many hedgehogs don't like to be touched by just anyone, at least not until they get completely comfortable with the new environment. So that's something to keep in mind when you got a hedgehog going to a new home. When it comes to the range of hedgehogs, they have been introduced to New Zealand. Australia doesn't have hedgehogs, but they have something similar, and the only hedgehog species that existed in the Americas has gone extinct. So they're actually only native to Eurasia and Africa. Hedgehogs have a lot of diseases in common with humans. Cancer is particularly common for hedgehogs, but they can also get cardiovascular diseases and fatty liver disease. They will eagerly eat foods that are high in fat and sugar, but they are actually adapted for protein-rich, low-fat diets. So obesity is another common problem, but health problems is probably not their greatest enemy. These guys suffer a lot of road fatalities, particularly the males, which gives me the impression that they are territorial, because they appear to be crossing the road more frequently. Or maybe it's just a mating thing, the females stay in place and the males follow them around. By the way, if you flip them over, that's not a belly button. As they mature, their penises migrate forward to where their belly button is expected to be. The actual process of mating is a delicate operation. The female has to adopt a special body position with her spines flattened, and the male has to lift himself up to avoid damaging his belly. Let's just say these guys are gifted. This one's getting an erection in its sleep. Just like humans, they get it for any reason and no reason at all. For them, this even happens in babies and toddlers. Hedgehog coitus is much louder than you expect it to be. Males attempt to woo females in lengthy encounters involving circling, rhythmic snorting and puffing. This commotion will attract rival males and they will fight. In this case we're witnessing biting, but headbutting is not uncommon. The last thing I want to say about reproduction is that they don't have a scrotum. Their testicles are inside the body, which is kinda unique for mammals. And it makes complete evolutionary sense considering their spiky exterior. The most recent discovery of a hedgehog species only happened as late as 2018. Surprisingly, this happened in China, one of the cradles of civilization. If you made it all the way to the end, next up is the porcupine. And I also wanted to say thank you because we finally reached 100 subs.